Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be continuing on a little bit on a flower page, and I thought I might be doing two flowers today. There's two up the top here that are fairly simple, so we can do two of them at the same time. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using my Polychromos pencils for this. I know I've used a bit of Prismacolor on this one, but the feedback I'm getting is that you guys are loving the Polychromos, so I'm going to be continuing on with those. So I'm starting out with the light magenta, which is the number 119, which someone so kindly told me on my last premiere. Thank you so much. So today I am taking inspiration from a little flower called a primula. I don't think these are like 100% the same, but the flowers themselves look very similar, so I'll be able to utilize what the primulas look like just for the inspiration for these little flowers, even though we've got no leaves or anything here to really properly identify them with. But the thing with the primulas is that they have a really distinct light edge around each petal, so I'm going to go in with my lightest magenta now, and then I'm going to be adding in my Sakura Gelly-Roll pen to remove all the black outlines. You can also use obviously a Posca pen if you don't have a Gelly-Roll, or any other sort of white gel pens that you have. That's completely fine. I just like the Sakura because it's like ultra fine tip, so I just find I get a little bit more control with that. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing this in like a reddish sort of burgundy kind of color, and it works out really well with the magenta around. So I'm going to be using the first light magenta, then I'm going to do the magenta on the biggest part of the petals, and I'll probably also use a little bit of the red violet, I think, for some of the darker parts. And then for that inner area there, I'll be going in with some yellows and orange tones, I think, and probably some of the brown tones for the darker areas and for the shading. So I'm going to start going in now with my magenta for the largest part of the petals. I'm just making sure that I'm making a distinct line. Just so I got that light magenta on the outline, and then obviously erasing the blacks after that. If you do enjoy this video, I'd love it if you took the time to click the thumbs up. It really helps push this video out to a brand new audience and help the channel out so much. So if you'd like to, go click that like button. So I'm going to now add in a layer of cadmium yellow on these inner areas of the petals, and then I'm also going to go in with some orange tones towards the center and sort of get darker the further in towards the center I get. So I'm going to be going in with my Gelly-Roll 05. If you're using a Posca Pen, I'd be using one of these ones here, which is the 1M tip. They're the finest ones you can get, so that will be the one I'll be using. So I'm just going to erase all of these black outlines and just soften off the up the flowers a bit. And as I said, like, these flowers actually do have a really light edge all the way around the petals, so this is definitely going in sort of as realistic as I can make this. So I want the centers a little bit darker, so I'm going to go in with my burnt ochre as the lighter color, and then I'm going to be adding in some other brown tones just to darken up my shaded side a little bit more. Now I kind of feel like that burnt sienna isn't doing as much as I wanted to, so I'm going to use my burnt umber instead and just add on top here where I want the shadows to be. So for the stems here, I'm going to go in with the base layer of the May Green, and then we're going to go in and darken things up with, I think, the Permanent Green Olive, which I like to use, and the Chrome Oxide Green. Possibly might use a little bit of maybe the burnt umber as well, just to darken things up, but we'll see. Now I'm just going to go in and use the same colors that I used on the petals, just for these little buds. So I'm just starting out with my mid-tone, my magenta, and then I'll just map out sort of where my mid-range is going to be. I'm adding, or leaving a little bit of a white area there where I'm going to go in with a light magenta, and then I'll also use that red-violet just on the very darker parts as well. Yeah, I want to darken up things a little bit more, so I'm just adding in a little bit more of the burnt umber, I think, just where I want the shadows to be a little bit darker, sort of where the shades for those petals hit the stem, and just down the very bottom here. And then I'll probably go in, I think that sort of yellow, those yellow centers or orangey centers, I think I might want to add a little bit more to those as well once I finish off the stems, so I might just darken those up a little bit more. this is probably as dark as I want to go with this. Might just add a little bit more, but I think I'm pretty much going to say that we're done with this flower now, and we're going to go on to the one right next to it. So with this one here, I want to make the illusion of having white little flowers here. So I'm going to go in with my greys, and for those that saw my last couple of videos when I was doing like the grey watering can and the grey background, I do go in and add a few more colours in there as well, but just very, very lightly. So I will be doing that exact same thing with this flower as well. So for the stems and the leaves for this, I want to go just very slightly more blue in the in my greens rather than the yellowy greens I've been using so far. So I'm going to go in with the earth green first, and then I'm going to be using, I think, my Juniper Green for some of the shaded parts. And if I want to go, if I feel I need a little bit more dark, I think I'll probably end up using the pine green. I think it does have a little bit more blue in it compared to the chrome oxide one that we were using before. So I'm just going to go in now with my jelly roll, and I'm going to remove all of these black outlines, especially on the flowers, because I do want to give the illusion that they are white. I'll see afterwards if I add a little bit more color to them. Good chance I will, but we'll see. to go in just a little bit with the warm grey 3 just in the darker areas, and I'm going to add in a little bit more of the beige red, and I think I might just have to touch up a little bit more on the jelly roll just to really get those black outlines away, especially I think some of those flowers I can see it a little bit too much. I'll just go over it again and remove a little bit more of the black outlines. If yours is fine, just leave it as it is, and once I've done that, I think we are done. So as you can see, we've done 2 full flowers, and it's not been quite an hour yet, so I think we've got this done in about 45 minutes, which is pretty quick, I think. And there we go. I reckon I'm all done. I hope you've enjoyed following along with me today. I had lots of fun doing these flowers, and I hope you did too. I wish you all a colourful day. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you again next time.